This week's tech tip is going to be exploring Classroom Screen, a digital resource for you to help you manage classroom behavior, keep your students on task, and so many other resources available. I hope you enjoy this tip, and if you need help integrating Classroom Screen into your classroom, just let me know and I'll be happy to come in and get you started. Alright, so let's get started. So the first thing you're going to do when accessing Classroom Screen is you're just going to go to www.classroomscreen.com. It does take a couple seconds to load, and once you get to Classroom Screen, this is what you're going to see. Now the background will be different every time. You can adjust that, and I'll show you how that works. But this is going to be like the layout of your screen. Everything you're going to build is going to be right on the center location. So going through some of the tools on the bottom that it has, the first option is to change the background. So you have all these different options. Perhaps if the background would be distracting for your students, it even has, some plainer ones. I believe they even have just solid colors if you just wanted a solid color background. Then some of the other options that it has that are some pretty awesome tools is it has a random number generator, so you could put your students' names in. You can also do a random dice, so you could do 1 dice, 2 dice, 3 dice, and you can have it roll. And the nice thing about Class Screen is you can have multiple things up on your screen at once. So for example, let's say I want to keep that dice up, but I'm also want to monitor the sound of my students. I can have a voice level sensor up on the screen. And so if you're going to have this voice level sensor, you're going to have it going through your Chromebook because your Chromebook has a microphone. But this will be able to go up so your students can kind of see their voice level and if they're meeting the needs. So, and you can set the sensitivity, one being, the lowest amount of sensitivity on that. I usually say like 2 is roughly where you want them to be from the classroom. And you can move this around. You can also do a QR reader, so maybe you have a story that you would like linked up here, so you can go ahead and put that QR right here, and your students can come up and scan it with their Chromebook, and it would take them to the activity or the workplace they would need to do during the time. You can have one of those up. I was looking to see if you can have 2, I'm sorry. So you have 1 left, so you can add it. You can have 2 of those. To get rid of anything that you have on your screen, you can just hit that X and it will go away. You can also add text up on your screen. So you can have a text box. So this could be something you could use for, your morning message when your students are coming in. You can also have a traffic light. So it's kind of all of those kind of things that you need for classroom management that you may want up on your screen with your students, all in one spot. And you can have, I think the great thing about it is you can have so many things up at once. Like if you wanted to have your sound sensor going, and then also had your stoplight, and maybe you turn it to yellow when they're getting too loud. It's a great kind of visual reminder for your students. You can have a timer up there. You can also have your clock for the day. So it's just one of those really cool hidden resources that a lot of people don't know about. You can also put the clock up there if you want. And then, they have symbols that you can add up there. There's just so many things. Maybe you want to have it that they need to be at a whisper, so then it's a whisper up on the board. And the nice thing about this is if you're mirroring it from your Chromebook, you can be working with your students, have this displaying up on your smartboard, and not even need to be up at your smartboard. And you could change your light to yellow. Maybe your yellow is you have a 5-minute warning left. To get rid of any of these, you're just going to hit the red X, and it will take it away from you. One of the things with Class Screen, you don't have to create an account, but that means that it's not going to save for you. So since it doesn't save for you, you just create it on the spot. One of the really cool things that it also has, and you can use this with your Chromebook as well, is if you wanted to have an exit ticket, you can put this exit ticket up. And let's say you have your Chromebook, you're holding your Chromebook, you have it flipped, and the screen's out and your kids are on the way to gym class. You could have them as they're walking by you, hit the red, sad face if you didn't understand the lesson, or hit the green smiley face if you did understand the lesson, and then it's going to tally those up for you. And then, after they go on to wherever they are, you can go and look at the results, and you can see, okay, maybe I need to go back and reteach, or maybe my students have understood the lesson for that day. So this is Classroom Screen. It's a relatively new resource, so they're always changing, always adding, but it really has a lot of cool features. It's kind of taking some of that smart notebook features that you may use, but putting it into a web-based program for you. If you have any questions on how to integrate this into your classroom, please let me know. I would happily help you get this set up.